Good evening, barflies and lounge lizards, and welcome to my yearly Christmas haul. And as I always say, as long as you guys keep enjoying these, I'll keep doing them. But the channel has probably tripled in size since the last time I did one, so I don't know if you still like them. But, give it a shot, maybe you will. But I am gonna, as you've seen, burn this one off during the week. So don't worry, there will be another full, real episode coming this weekend. And I'll group this stuff up for people's viewing enjoyment. But the first thing I'll start out with is I finally, after all this time, got Mutant Crawl Classics, which is basically an OSR role-playing game. But what's great about these is they kind of just mimic the old style of tabletop role-playing games. Before they kind of got all sleek and shiny and YA novel looking like they are now. And it goes back to all the old, awesome black and white, kind of raw and gritty artwork, really cool and great for old school tabletop role-playing fans. And if anyone is interested, I could do a full flip through of this book, kind of like I did with the Fiend Folio several months back. So just let me know if that's something you would be interested in seeing. And then the next gaming thing I got is Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu. And I've been wanting some kind of Cthulhu-based board game, role-playing game, some kind of something for a long while now, and did a lot of research and I found about this one. It sounded like a lot of fun and started playing it. I've, probably played it about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times now already just since Christmas, and yeah, it is a ton of fun. And I got it upside down. But yeah, it comes with some cool miniatures and, it's different. I haven't really played a game quite like this. Not really a role-playing game, more just kind of like a board game, but yeah, a ton of fun. Now, which hopefully a lot of you will be interested in, I'll get into the toy section of the haul. I'll probably do DVDs last or second to last for those that want to jump ahead to that. But with toys, first I got finally the NECA Warduke figure. And what NECA has been doing has been really cool is they've been taking the old LJN action figures from the 80s and just doing these really nice, fancy versions of them. And oh man, this is a great looking figure, and this would have been a dream come true for little me in the 80s. Can't really show you the figure itself, can't open it because I kind of already opened it and have him on the shelf already, so I just still have the box here to show off there. But if you guys want to see the empty box, there we go. Look at that, man. It's a great figure, and as many of you know, I'm not a big fan of highly articulated figures. I think it messes up the aesthetics of figures for me. The less articulation for me, the better. Looks better on the shelf. But this one does a really good job of being articulated, but it's hidden. Like his nice loincloth piece here hides the joints around his hips and the shoulder pad, the shoulder. Yeah, really well done figure. I'm actually really looking forward to, they're doing, I want to say Elkhorn, the dwarf fighter, is one of the next figures coming, and definitely plan on getting that one as well. And the next thing I got, which is actually was one of the real highlights of this Christmas, is something I can't really show you because I want to actually do a full review later on for these. They're so cool, and I think a lot of you will really dig them. But I'll just give you a peek, and that's the Super 7 recreation of the 1960s Super Soapies brand. I got both the Creature and the Metaluna Mutant, and they are just absolutely fantastic. Thus, like I said, I will be doing a full video, hopefully, on both of these very soon. And next up, let's get into the books, because I'm doing me some fancy book reading for Christmas. But first and foremost, one I got on the, I would say, insistence from Mr. Tony Santiago, finally got an H.G. Wells collection. And this is a great, it has the Time Machine, Island Dr. Moreau, The Invisible Man, War of the Worlds, First Man on the Moon, and Foon of the Gods. But it's just a nice, hardcover edition. I really dig this. I don't know if you can tell because of my red lighting, but this blue and this silver. Yeah, it's just a really neat, and it was very affordable too. I want to say it was probably $20 or under. And the only issue I'm seeing with it is that is some pretty small print. In my old age, probably gonna have to put on some reading glasses for that. But besides that, yeah, great edition of this. So I finally got it, Tony. And speaking of the great authors of sci-fi, one of the contemporary great authors of sci-fi, that drunken Lothario, Mr. Dan L. Holyfield. And this is his Abducted, a Tom Darby adventure. which I'm actually quite looking. Look at that guy right there. That's the guy right there. Yeah, I dig this kind of pocket-sized book too. This is going to be a good read. But weirdly with me, I actually do most of my reading in the summertime. I like to sit by the pool and read. When I'm spending more time indoors, got more distractions, video games, movies, working on the channel and stuff, I just don't get nearly as much reading done. You know, summertime by the pool, that's my time for reading, so might not get to some of this stuff until summertime. Now the next book is kind of an interesting case, because generally for Christmas, my dad usually just gives me some money to kind of help, let's say, pay off some less than friendly donut-based loan sharks that I might be very in the hole towards. But this year, not only did he give me some money to help pay off those donut loan sharks, he also got me a book, and it is Tarzan Alive, the Philip Jose Farmer biography of Tarzan. And please excuse the neighbor's AC that just obnoxiously popped on. Hopefully my new microphone won't pick that up quite so badly. But yeah, I've really been wanting to read this because I've read the Secrets of the Nine books, which was kind of his first foray into Tarzan and such. But this one is really, I believe, where the whole Walt Newton universe truly begins. So looking forward to reading that one by the pool this summer. And still kind of sort of in the realm of books, I got some comics, some graphic novels, and this is the second volume of the Vengeance of Vampirella series. Yeah, I'm a big Vampirella fan, but my sweet spot, my sweet spot with Vampirella is the Harris series from the 90s. That's my favorite. I like the Warren series as well. I have some collected editions of that, but the Harris one is my favorite, and I have nearly every issue. I haven't gotten into the Dynamite stuff really at all. But this Vengeance of Vampirella series is a continuation of the Harris series by the same author. So it kind of picks up where he had left and someone else came in and kind of took the series in a different direction. This picks up and takes it in the direction he wanted to take it in. And what was, Thomas, I'm not even going to try it. And in more graphic novel news, I finally started digging into the Street Fighter comics. And, I've been a big fan of Street Fighter, since it came out in, 92, 93? They often say you're a Mortal Kombat person or you're a Street Fighter person. I am most definitely a Street Fighter person. And I've been wanting to dig into the Udon series for quite some time now. Now we're getting into the movie section of the whole video. And this robots, ray guns, and rockets is another thing I actually plan to do a full video on because it's a really neat set I want to talk about in depth. But that's just that, and stay tuned. Now, the first movie I wanted to talk about, and I finally picked up Tombstone. I've been trying to kind of go back and get movies that I just am long overdue to have or need to upgrade or any number of things like that. And with DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff starting to go out of print, just trying to get everything that I can. And there's movies like Tombstone, which has been a favorite of mine for a very long time, that I would just always watch on TV or catch when it just happened to be on. And so I figured it's about time to own it. Man, talk about one that holds up, fantastic. Easily, I would say the best Western of the 90s. And in that same vein, finally picked up The Big Lebowski. And speaking of blockbuster movies that are generally loved by everyone in the world, and I finally picked up the Fancy Pants edition of Robot Monster. But yeah, I was kind of on the fence about this one because it was a little expensive, but old Gaposaurus, he twisted my arm and talked me into getting it. But yeah, it's a really neat edition. It comes with the 3D glasses of a blockbuster beloved film. And a sexy film at that. I mean, just look at that. And another classic of a different kind. Finally picked up The Time Machine on Blu-ray. And again, another one of my all-time favorite movies, but it was one of those ones that I just would always watch on TV. But don't really watch a lot of like normal cable these days. Oh man, I forgot, and it's not in here at the moment. But I also got the Criterion War of the Worlds DVD. Watched that last night for New Year's when I'm filming this on New Year's Day. most excellent. And very cool, something I really want to talk about on that one, the commentary track. Often with these older movies for the commentary tracks, they'll just kind of bring in some randos, film scholars, or someone with a website or a blog, people I don't really have any interest at all in listening to them commentate on. But that one's commentary is Joe Dante and Bob Burns. So I'm probably going to watch that today. That's going to be a killer commentary. I mean, shoot, Bob Burns alone would be money well spent, but Bob Burns and Joe Dante? And next, a little something I picked up for myself from Full Moon's buy one, get one free sale they just had a week or so ago. And I finally got Trancers. You know, I've been holding off on the Trancers films, hoping Band would put out some kind of box set or collection of the Trancers movies, but really doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I figured I'd just go ahead and start buying the Trancers movies individually. And Trancers, one of the best, you could say, Christmas sci-fi films. Also from the Full Moon sale, I finally got Head of the Family, which is one I actually didn't see back in the day. I only saw this one a couple months ago, but man, was I really impressed and taken with this movie. It is a lot of fun. It's kind of I guess you'd call it a dark comedy. Yeah, just very weird, hard to describe. I mean, the closest thing I could even think to compare it to is the Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, Chevy Chase movie, Nothing But Trouble, from the early 90s. Kind of similar to that, but much and wonderfully sleazier. And then also from the Full Moon sale, I've picked up the 2 Oblivion movies. You know, great full moon sci-fi westerns. I've actually covered the first one on the channel here previously. And these are another ones that I was kind of holding out hoping they would do a Blu-ray, but again, there just does not seem to be a Blu-ray in the works, so I figured I'd just go ahead and get the DVDs. And continuing in the vein of westerns, I finally picked up this classic features 20 movie spaghetti westerns. Is this a Mill Creek one? It looks like, yep, sure enough, Mill Creek. So I guess I can probably know what to expect quality-wise because I haven't actually checked it. But yeah, there's some great stuff on here too. And usually with these Mill Creek ones, you generally expect more obscure type movies, but this one actually has Death Rides a Horse on it, which is a great one starring Lee Van Cleef and, oh, the name's escaping me, John Philip Law. Yeah, even got Mr. Van Cleef there on the cover. And the final DVD purchase of the haul, I finally went and got another one. I was waiting and hoping for a special edition or a Blu-ray, but just kind of gave up. And that's Best of the Best. And this is one of my all-time favorite, I guess you'd call it a martial arts film. But seeing it and thinking about it, it's not like an action movie, people going around fighting in buildings, and even though there's a big bar fight scene. This one's more, I would equate it something more like Rocky. Like Rocky if it was about Taekwondo and about several different people. Yeah, excellent movie. Well acted and a killer cast too. I mean, Eric Roberts, James Earl Jones, Sean Penn. Wait, Sean Penn? The brother. Which one's the... Chris Penn, not Sean Penn. No, much different movie had it been Sean Penn, but yeah, Chris Penn, yeah, fantastic movie. I highly recommend this one. Like, if you dig Rocky and things of that nature, good movie. And Eric Roberts here, he is rocking a mighty fine ponytail in this one. I'll tell you, when I first saw this one as a lad, my hair at the time was actually longer than Eric Roberts is in this movie. But I liked the look of his ponytail so much, how it hung. I actually had my mom cut my ponytail down and trim it to look like Eric Roberts in this movie. So if that's not a sign of quality, fine ponytail acting right there. Finally, in this very long, rambly video, I got some music. I got some of them compact discuses. Because, you know, vinyl records are awesome, great collectibles, but I still like CDs. Can't play a record in my car. But yeah, so I got the Jerry Only solo album. And you know what? I don't care what anyone thinks. Jerry Only is awesome. Very nice guy. And Devil's Reign is a killer album. But yeah, so Jerry did a solo album either last year or the year before, 2022. Wow. So I finally got that. So if you liked Devil's Reign, you probably dig this one. If you haven't heard Devil's Reign, you need to. That is a great punk, borderline metal at parts album. And then, and this one may sound kind of weird, especially to all the new folks on the channel, but again, I don't I'm very behind on most contemporary things and movies and most music, with the exception of a few genres. The new wave of Swedish glam metal, I'm very up to date with. The new wave of traditional heavy metal, pretty current with that. And K-pop girl groups. Yep, that's one of the oddest things in my musical taste is I just love K-pop girl groups. And this is one of my absolute favorites, VVZ. And yeah, this is a CD. This is an album. CDs, physical media, actually really sells well in Korea, and they put so much into their packaging. CD came in a sleeve, and this is the book for the album. This is absolutely killer. And let me tell you, if you like any kind of girly pop, VVZ's Untie, Song of the Year. Turn this off and go look that up right now. Absolutely killer. And it also comes with a bunch of extras too. Trading card, ID card. Of course I didn't get my favorite member, which is her. Stickers. And even a little print. And then I got another K-pop album, and this is Villains by Dreamcatcher. And I think this group is actually one that a lot of you may dig if you like hard rock and metal, because they essentially are a combination of K-pop and hard rock. And definitely, again, just another very cool packaging and just way to sell and display a CD. This is incredible. And it as well came with a bunch of other stuff. The trading cards, postcards, the album itself, and this one actually comes with a poster. And you're probably thinking, oh, this stuff probably cost a fortune. Nope. These usually range between 20 and 30 bucks for all this. Absolutely love it. Again, killer stuff. If you're at all curious about Dreamcatcher, I would say look up Dreamcatcher Scream. Great stuff. And yeah, I guess that's it. I went through it a little quicker than I was thinking I would, but wow, I'm already at 23 minutes according to time here, but there'll be a bunch of cuts and stuff, so it won't be 23 minutes on your end. It's only 23 minutes on my end here in the past. I also got a lot of cool stuff from me mom this year that I actually can't really show off in the video. Not because it's top secret, donut related, spy gear or anything like that, but just stuff that would be kind of hard to squeeze in front of a camera. But I'll tell you, I've said before, my mom is the master of Christmas presents. She gets you stuff you never knew you needed, but then you cannot live without later on. But that's all the time we have for this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, watch the skies, and stay atomic.